All right. Welcome back, folks. We are live with the next round of Lord of the Arena with Easy Living, one of our hosts who you may have heard before in previous videos, and Superhero 555887, which we'll just call Superhero. I'm once again joined by my co-caster, the indomitable JD. Thanks for joining us. So, in the south corner, we've got Easy Living playing as the Burgundians. And in the north, we have Superhero playing as the Malay.
Up near the middle of the forest, we have Malay Superhero playing as in green. And it's a map arena, as every map in this pool starts on. And we have a pretty standard start for both. Easy straggler tree chopping, because that's what he does. And the luring into the deer superhero start with a lumber camp now.
All right. What do you think about the Malay choice? That's not a normal arena civ, whereas Burgundian's pretty meta.
Yes. So Burgundians versus Malay. Malay is an interesting civ. It has the classic fast uptime, but it knows its counters, has fully upgraded arbs, cheap elephants, Fash, and the infamous Karamba Warrior, which I don't think we'll see. But the civ choices, we'll see what Superhero can do with it. I mean, I think it can be a powerful civ, and if it's known right, but you're definitely right. It's not a very common choice.
Yeah, he's doing the classic lure. We'll see when if a build order starts to deviate or do something special. They don't have that good of an economy, so I don't think he's going to do much of a boom.
Yeah, it will be pretty standard. You already see the boar lure for one. You see the boar coming in for easy. Easy classic, still no lumber camp. The straggler tree build is going to go to the mill first and then probably a lumber camp. That's my guess. Food, 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 food. All about them food. About them food. No lumber. Oh, lumber camp's in.
Is this a new type of build? I've not seen it very often. Is this a Burgundian specific thing?
This is an easy specific thing. He does this every time. Now, I don't really agree with him leaving the 280 food to be lured still, but that's okay. He can do whatever he thinks is best. He's going to be late a little bit to the second boar. Nothing too crucial.
Quite a far deer lure right here.
Yeah, that's weird. Nice.
Not the most efficient thing, but seems like he's got a plan in mind.
They see each other and oh, just passing? Just passing.
Just passing.
Alright, so lumber camp's up. And no mill yet. You have the mill going down for a superhero. And going to stone. Interesting.
That does imply some sort of castle drop.
Yes.
Now, not to spoil anything about previous games, but we have seen players that are prepared for the castle coming. And are able to do something about it with proper scout usage.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that is the best thing about Malay is their villagers.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because they make the best noise, like
Ah, just like this.
Yes. The villagers are the best villagers in the game because they make the best noises.
Well, you've heard it here. We have all in this server been subjugated to JD demoing every build voice. Do not recommend, but it's the price we pay for having a good time here.
Yeah. Rusty. Yeah, that's why the Malay has the best villagers.
He did get there early. I missed when it happened, but he did click early double axe, which is good.
How do you know they got the double bit?
You can see right here in the top corner of Capture Age.
Oh, the Capture Age has got us. Got our back and our front.
That's right.
Okay, standard build. Actually, not really standard. 21 pop up. What the heck is going on here?
It's pretty early. What's he planning on doing?
There's only 9 pop up for good old superhero. Very drastic different build orders. What is going on? Orders. Now
That's a lot of 12 vills on berries. Interesting choice.
Has he gotten heavy plow yet?
He has not, no. And he's not gotten horse collar either, so.
Okay. Superhero 555887 is on his way to Castle Age, and
No, he's on his way to Feudal Age. He is not yet
I'm blind. Yeah,
on the castle.
Feudal. And
But he is positioning himself for the classic fast castle into castle drop.
He is all in on the stone. Scouting wise, superheroes definitely got a good sense of where Easy's base is at, and likewise. Now, I would have liked to see his scout go across the walls. I think that's always an underrated. Well, I don't even know if that's underrated. That's just like
that's just classic arena scouting. Gets you a good idea.
That's what you do, and it seems like Easy has not done that, which is weird. It's like he has waypoint scouting to the darkness, but
all right, there's the Castle Age. He really went up with the no farms method. Though that will be a pretty fast castle with right at the 50 minutes. Just want to make sure, JD, a little bit of admin here. Are we at the same amount of time? Are you looking at your own game?
mm-hmm.
All right, I'm at 13:45 right now.
Okay, me too.
Okay, good.
Okay, horse collar coming in. Okay, so superhero definitely has enough for castle. Let's see what he goes with it. Could be forward, could be backwards. That Malay castle comes in very. Oh, here he comes.
Wow, that's a pretty fast castle time. He's gonna, despite clicking up after easy, he will be using that bonus to drop early.
Now,
that is a castle placed within just over 15 minutes. That's pretty fast.
That is a very fast castle. And what's crazy is Easy can do the same exact thing.
That's true.
So that's what's crazy about it. Now Loom is queued up. Loom already exists for the superhero.
All right, and the castle's coming down. Does Easy see this?
Interesting decision.
Easy does see the castle. He's just charging it.
He's charging as he goes outside, as he goes inside. Is he going to get enough? Okay, the quick walls are down.
He does not.
Full eco, drop the castle. Okay, 17 girls versus
18. Oh, 10 on, 10 on superhero side.
Only 10. So Easy should win the war for 16, 58, 78, 78. He gets a family.
Yeah.
Garrison, Denville, T-ville, and now it is a castle race for sure. looks like Easy is shooting 9 more arrows. He goes elects with a siege workshop and a town center. Now, I think he's trying to do too much here. So this could be dangerous.
He needs to get those vills out of the castle and start building up a backup wall. Superhero
Okay,
is...
we see the cards for Superhero.
Yep.
And a siege workshop. I like that. Yeah, he definitely needs to get... I don't understand the logic of putting down another TC when you have 0 food in the bank, but that's okay.
That's true. He needs to get out of that castle. They're not doing anything in there. He's just idling his economy.
Yeah, it's not that many extra arrows, and technically he would win it, but the ram and petards are a way better choice to win Castle Wars. Not to mention, Superhero does have 2 more vills than Easy in general. The wall's about to go down. We have 4 petards. And here they come. Boom, 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 boom.
And that's the disadvantage of putting your castle right next to the wall, is that they can just blow that up before you can react. And Easy calls the GG. Oops.
GG called.
A very fast game starting us off. Yeah. I don't know what superhero... What would a superhero have done had Easy put the castle just a little bit further back?
You know, it's interesting. He definitely would have blown up. He would have gone in. He would have seen it, and then it would have been interesting to see how he would have adapted. I mean, he put 80 times 6 into petard, so that's 500 food already right there. But yeah, definitely a way better executed plan from Superhero. So, GG's called.
All right, that wraps us up on the first game. Going to be switching now to our second one. Give me one moment, folks, as I do my capture age magic. Booting up game 2.
Game 2.
All right, and alrighty. And just making sure this is set up. Boom, boom. Will you be watching my screen, JD, or your own?
I got it loaded, so
Okay, great.
you can do whatever you
I'm at
want.
15 seconds.
Perfect.
All right. Oh, sorry. I'm at 12 seconds, not 15.
Perfect.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, going. All right. So we have game 2. As a reminder, this, unlike some of our other matches, which have been casted live, this is after the fact. This has already been played. In the east, we've got Easy Living with the Bohemians on Fortress map. This is Easy Living's home map, meaning that he picked it as the loser of the first match. And in the west, we've got Superhero with the Italians.
Yeah, so Superhero, oh my goodness, he's about to lose a scout. Hold on, very intense setup. And
I was perhaps a...
that was the most addiction we've seen to a fortress game in a while.
All right.
Yeah, Italians versus Bohemians. The advantages to Italians, you have cheap ager ups, a lot of dock and cheap dock and university techs. A couple other things regarding fish that doesn't matter, and I think they have like something weird for gunpowder, like cheaper.
They have a gold cost reduction on gunpowder.
That's what it is. So cheaper gunpowder for Bohemians. You have the mining upgrades are free. You have a couple free or not free but cheap buildings, and then chemistry available at age early. So gunpowder could be a massive use in this game. And of course, you have the infamous fervor villagers and spearman line for the Bohemians, which are all helpful for, in my opinion, defenses. So
Mm-hmm.
should be a good matchup. You have Easy Living going for number 1 as same as Superhero. And so let's see, the Superhero goes for the Scout against the boar again. A very common tactic. Easy is not electing to do that because it is a little bit risky. And of course,
where is Superhero Scout?
it's in.
Oh, it's in the castle. He's healing it up. He's healing it up in the castle. That's it.
Yeah. So he's using the tactic to bring in the boars that way. A little bit risky, but it plays to be all right. And now he's just going to heal it up in the castle and wait it out.
Easy going for a very early gold. Any thoughts on that?
You know, Easy. I feel like Easy went up a little bit early last time, so I don't know. I think he is. I don't know what he's trying to do. I mean, he's definitely gonna have enough gold to go Castle Age. He's gonna be able to click up here in a minute. 21.
There's Feudal Age coming in.
Yeah.
Repeating last game where Superhero's taking a little bit longer to advance up, whereas Easy's going for the quicker age up.
And I think, you know, it's an interesting situation because I think the aging up can be really utilized well to take map control. So it'll be interesting to see what Easy does here. I think taking the map control would be the key against the Italians. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's not much map exploration from either players. They haven't discovered the majority of the relics. So yeah, we'll see. Bohemians are not that fast, as their cavalry is horrible.
Yeah.
So perhaps his plan is to park some strategic objective, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's why I think taking map control would be key of some sort, and to use that as a snowball push, because that's kind of the one thing they can do.
Alright, looks like Superhero does have Feudal clicked up, or queued up, but it's definitely a huge difference in advance time between the two.
29 versus a 22 up. And honestly, I mean, Easy's going to be able to go bam bam, and if he's short 100 food, he could just buy it and he'll be up right on castle, which would be really good castle time.
Yep, that's right way does, and yeah, up to castle before Superhero is even hit Feudal.
Okay, so what's interesting is Easy should have seen the scout, because the scout ran right into a tower, and so Easy could easily take out that scout. I don't think he noticed it. Just an interesting, could be useful, but we'll see what happens. And Easy on the way to castle before Superhero even gets the Feudal Age.
Looks like with that archery range, perhaps Easy's thinking of doing the early gunpowder for Bohemians. Alright, Feudal Age.
Italians. You know, with this matchup, obviously the later the game goes, obviously I think Bohemians will have the advantage with Oupnice, all its fun techs and things, but the mid game is all Italian. So
very true.
If Superhero can utilize that, as he has Loon queued up and going to be clicking castle here.
Monastery for Easy. like to control the relics that he's found so far.
Anything suspicious you see from superhero?
Well, it's quite a lot of gold early on. He has plenty of resources banked up. I wouldn't think he would go into Genoese, because they're not going to be effective. Oh, okay, he does have the castle, so he's going to do the castle drop, as he did in the prior game.
Yeah, he's on his way right now. And
That's a pretty fast castle drop time. 13 minutes. Well, it'll be about 14 by the time it's like placed.
It's gonna be fast input. What it's gonna be. He can immediately
Oh yeah, he can immediately go to imp, can he?
With the castle already in his base.
Yeah, the early Italian, where they have that discount on everything.
So I think the best option that Easy has is to simply go monks here, which he already has one out.
But he...
Click that!
Oh.
That could be the difference in the game. He could have two scouts out. The game is getting really messy now.
Yikes.
The luck with denying castles has not been a thing. He built a wagon of all choices, which I don't think is the play to destroy that. Another monk, anything. The scramble is not that real. He could have pulled bills. The tricky part is do you overreact or not. Meanwhile, Superhero is going to click up to the Imperial any minute now.
Easy with the pound sign. And there is the click up to Imperial Age from Superhero.
Yeah. Easy.
I think he doesn't know what to do. He's going second town center, which, well, hasn't really translated to a whole lot of extra ability yet. It takes time for that to pay off.
The right play for me if I'm Easy is to build Hussite wagons and get monks on the field.
He is doing, I recognize this build. Now, I've never done it for Fortress, but I have done it on Arena. Fast Imp Italian monks with Trebs. Very hard to deal with.
I'll be interested to see if he gets a redemption right away.
That would be the trick.
Because if he gets redemption, sanctity, classic. So I don't know. It doesn't look like he's rushing redemption. Yeah, I think Easy has to counter with monks, and monk micro is always fun and hard, but let's see what happens.
Unfortunately, you can't use the typical counter of light cavalry charges to deal with the monks against Italians, because they can just crank out that a Genoese crossbowman or two, and they don't even need upgrades to really deal with light cavalry effectively.
Yeah, and not to mention Easy doesn't have that good of a cavalry sit in general.
That's true.
So game's down, Imp will be in just a couple seconds. All comes down to Monk. Monk War for the win, baby.
And there's the Imp. Easy does not have an answer if Treb comes out. Oh, and he calls it.
Easy is called. He might have seen the inevitable, and yeah, tough game. Tough matchup.
Yeah, I think that, sometimes this game is like rock, paper, scissors, and Superhero went aggressive both times, and Easy strategy, while good for booming, pretty vulnerable to that aggressive play.
Yeah.
Very quick matches, but thank you both to our participants, Superhero and Easy. Um, as always, very entertaining to watch, and thank you to everyone that tunes in later. JD, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, well played to the participants, and thanks for joining. Thanks for being a part of the Sins of the Night tournament. And yeah, we're excited for more fun games in the future.
Indeed. We will see you all next time.